I see a castle and there are knights around us, like on horses. It feels like they are, it's like, I feel like the Knights of Templar are around me, which is interesting because I don't know anything about the Knights of Templar. There's a one in particular that is like pointing me to go towards the castle. He's kind of like, come this way. So I'm just following him to the castle. And it looks like a cartoon almost. It's like they have this huge drawbridge with like a moat around the castle, with like the Knights of Templars, the symbolism, like with these big sheets coming down the castle, and everybody is wearing medieval clothing.
So is the Knights Templar symbolism, is it the cross? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Why do they use that symbolism of the cross? Like when they bury treasure or when they have like a castle that like what you're walking into, why do they use that symbol? Like what does the cross represent for them?
The cube of creation. So it represents like basically the container for the 3D reality that we're in because the 3D reality is held within the cube. So they're showing me that the Knights of Templar, if they were almost like spiritual warriors where they were trying to like uphold spiritual values and then they were overtaken by the Catholic Church. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, so you know how I was telling you how I love all religions and like whoever wants to talk to me about their religion, I'm so open. Um, so I'll always be like so open to listen to what they believe in. I think any connection to something higher is beautiful if it's used for the light. And they're showing me that like the Knights of Templar in the beginning, this was their goal. Like it was to really understand these spiritual principles and they just wanted to fight for spirituality and like spread love. And once the Catholic Church realized that they were starting to gain power, that's when it became more corrupt and it almost turned more into like they're saying Freemasonry or just more into like the corrupt version of Freemasonry. But originally it was meant to like really just to spread like Rosicrucianism and different spiritual principles.
So when the powers that be got infiltrated it, they inverted the energy, like how it was of a higher vibration, and they inverted it to use it for accessing like lower energy kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're saying that that's like it's kind of what you were talking about earlier too with your channeling is it doesn't matter what you believe in. Like there's one power of a greater source. And as long as you're using it for the light, for a higher vibration, then that's so beautiful because the most important part of this reality is your beliefs and the way that you feel in your own soul signature frequency. And so the when the so they're showing me like Jesus Jesus came back with the cross and they're saying that there are there's truth in all religions. It's just finding what resonates with you the most and then using those principles or whatever you believe in that resonate with you for the highest light. Because as long as you're using these things for the light, then you're always going to be on a path towards ascension. And sometimes we do have distortions. Sometimes we do have outside sometimes we do have outside influences that will try to distort our own beliefs. And it's so important to remain open and always listen, but also always come back to self and ask yourself, like, what you truly believe in, and stand strong in your beliefs, but while always keeping an open mind, because this book says there's always more wisdom to gain.
I love that. And I love that the beautiful, I think that is unconditional love, is because it's unconditional acceptance for people, no matter what religion they are in, and just accepting that we're not here to change people. We're here to have our experience and to access the light for ourselves. And I do love when you see people and you can see, no matter what religion they are, when they're on fire for the world, in the fact that they love the world, they have spirit in their step. They're the people that when their feet hit the floor, the devil says, "Damn, she's awake." You know what I mean? Like, I love those people because that's just, you see their soul is just like, soul is zinging with the world and in unison with the universe. And I love it. So no matter what religion they are, it's beautiful to see that on fireness.
Yeah, and I love that word acceptance because they're saying that we're really coming to a place where it's not our job to change anybody's religious beliefs. It's our job to accept them and love them for who they are. And as long as they believe in something, as long as they can connect to something greater outside of themselves, then you should see that as truly beautiful, that they're on their own path. And then they're saying that this is just a very important time of the year to be conscious of that, just because there are so many different holidays happening at the same time. Just being very respectful and open to these things, because especially what I've done is I've watched, or I've read a lot of ancient text, different kinds of like religious texts, and you truly can learn something new from every single perspective that you read about. And there's always more things to learn.
Now, what are they doing at the castle of the Knights Templar? Why did they take you there during this time?
I got a picture of Jesus on the cross, but he, instead of like thorns around his head, he has like a flower crown on.
Mm.
And they said it's because finally what the Knights of Templar fought for is going to be understood.